My name is Bonnie Adams. I'm a Technology Curriculum Integration Specialist for Newport News Public Schools and an adjunct professor here at Old Dominion University. My take on how technology has changed in education in the last 10 years, being as I've been a Technology Curriculum Integration Specialist for 10 years in Newport News Public Schools, is that it's dramatically changed the lives of our students, and our students have changed dramatically as well. When we first started the TCIS program in Newport News, most of our students really hadn't had computers in their homes that much. The idea of having our students create word processing documents or spreadsheets to go along with the curriculum was just phenomenal. It was outstanding. We've moved to the point now that that's just considered the norm. There's no reason why technology shouldn't be embedded in every single part of our curricula. At this point, we have students who are totally wired at every point. Our students aren't students, they're octopi. Their arms and legs are connected to everything. They're tethered to their devices. They're never apart from their friends. They are always able to text no matter where they are. They're never disconnected from their friends. They're never disconnected from their family, no matter how far away they move. There's no reason for them to be separated from anyone on any part of the planet. Students are able to make videos documenting whatever it is they do. Not just a Word document, but something that actually shows what's going on in their lives. Something that actually can communicate feeling and emotion with sound, with pictures. Our world is no longer round, it's flat. Our students are going to have to be working with students or employers and employees from all over the world. Germany, they have to be familiar with those customs. They have to be familiar with those concepts. They have to know their ways of working. They have to be familiar with other languages. It's not an English-only world anymore. English is the language of business, but it's not the only language. There are so many ways. Technology's even changed the ways our students' brains work. If you look up your brain on Google, it shows that our students' brains are actually wired to process information differently than my brain or the person's brain holding this camera, because our kids grew up in a totally digital information world. They don't know what it's like to not have CDs, to not have cell phones. These are totally foreign concepts. We can't even begin to imagine what the future is going to hold for these students. So we have to prepare them to think. We have to prepare them to be creative. We have to prepare them to be inventive. It's not so much what does this hardware do, it's what can I do with this? What can I create? Where can I go with this? It's all about higher order thinking. It's all about creativity. And that's the fun part.
How do you guys like using technology in schools? Do you think it makes it easier?
Some way. It's more, instead of like she can already have the notes written down, instead of having to write them on the overhead, she already can like type on the computer and then it already be on the overhead. I mean, the smart board. So I think that's somewhat easy.
How does the teacher use a lot of these?
Teacher uses the smart board.
A lot? Would you say like every day?
There's no more overheads basically. There's more of the smart boards.
Y'all don't have overheads anymore?
Only one of my teachers have them.
Like, how does the teacher teach? What do they use to teach the class with?
Well, now, you know, I don't know about when they were in school, you know.
Yeah, you were just in school last year.
We use, what is it called, smart boards?
Yes.
You was the first group you used.
Definitely we're not. Like,
Grassfield was the first.
okay, we use smart boards. We use sometimes depending on what we're doing, we use the chalkboard or the overhead projector, which is, you know, still in style. Well, the teacher just stand up and, you know, talk in front of you. It depends on the teacher and also depends on the subject.
Cool. Do they use PowerPoint all the time? Like PowerPoint presentations?
It's like new high-tech projector stuff.
It's always been on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I have old school teachers who refuse to use that stuff and only use chalkboards or whiteboards, who didn't like the new technology stuff because they didn't know how to use it for real. So it was kind of like a technology gap, because you had the new teachers who were coming in who knew how to use that stuff, and then you had the older teachers who were just like, I don't know what that button is, so I'm not going to use it. I actually had teachers who used, like I had my English teacher. My English teacher, she used the cell phone, whatever. Like she connected, like she got everybody's cell phone number, or whatever. And like if you could text and all that stuff, if like she would send out mass text messages, like when papers were due, when tests were happening, stuff like that. She sent out mass text messages. Like she had, it was a connection, and she had it was an email in the email system. She got everybody the same email. We all set up an email account, and we use like it's called Google Documents. Yeah, we use Google Documents, and like if we wanted her to check our paper, we would log it into Google Documents, and like she could check our paper and then send it right back. It's just almost like a chat with our papers and stuff.
Oh,
and
cool.
And then she sent out like mass text messages when papers are due, or like when tests were happening, all stuff. Yeah, she was really.
What types of technology do you have access to in the school system? Is a better question.
We have a computer lab on every floor, and we have 4 floors. So,
Really?
yes.
Oh, I don't like y'all.
That's why your legs always be tired.
Yeah. So we have a computer lab on every floor. We also have like carts of laptops that they bring to classes, so you don't have to leave class from the media center. We also have like a class set of laptops in the media center, and you also have a class set of desktops in the media center. So you
have roughly about 5 computer labs with enough for, in every computer lab, is there enough for an entire class to be in the computer lab?
There's enough for an entire class and a half.
We got little pods, little rooms with like 5 computers in each class.
Cool. So they have pods, they have
Pods, they're like mini computer labs.
many computer labs inside each classroom?
Okay, and my school system is called Parent Connect.
Okay.
And my old school system is called eSIM.
Okay. Is that through the city site, or is it through the individual school? Through the city?
The assembler is also a good thing because the teachers use it. They put links in assembler for the young people to get worksheets, for them to get anything, worksheets that are assigned in class. They can get the link if they've missed a class on assembler.
Cool. And then parents have free access, right? So they could just go in and check. And y'all are not. Who's in favor of parents checking your grades behind your back?
I got my password.
You're in favor, Kevin? I know you said you didn't like it. It messed up your Christmas.
I love assembler. I love assembler. But the thing about assembler is that it's not just the parents who have access, the young people have access as well. And my son, I only have one in high school now, so my son actually checks assembler regularly to see if his teachers have input grades, to see how he is doing, and I think he does it probably a lot because he knows we're checking. So he is also checking, and that's a good thing because it helps to make him accountable. The Norfolk Public Schools website also gives us a lot of information for parents, not just the assembler, not just what's going on in the schools, but it gives us links to resources and things of that nature to help us and our children, and to help us help our children when we need that type of help. Young people are young people. They will be curious. They will be mischievous. However, technology is such today that these things can be monitored. These things can be checked. There are checks and balances, and there are ways to protect our children from themselves without prohibiting them from access to things that they need in order to do their work.